When it comes to democracy, it is the same all over the world. It's the same. It is every 4 years. You are given the opportunity to check the very leader that is in power and see if the past 4 years, if he or she has fulfilled his promises, if he or she has done well. It is not the time to look at his face and see and pity him, emotionally, listening to his words, sweet words and all that. No, it is the time for you to reflect back. If it is a new leader coming up to take leadership, then you have to focus on his past leadership. Who is this man that is coming in? Who is he? No, forget about what he is doing during election. Forget about what he's doing because every politician all over the world, they want to impress people during their campaign. And believe me, 90% of what they are promising you, they are not ready to do it. They just want to get your attention. They know that you have the power. And that power that you have, they want it. So they can promise you everything. At that moment, if that person is a new leader coming in, then you have to focus on his past leadership, his past life. You don't need to be the president for you to help people. You don't need to be president to build universities. You don't need to be president or vice president to develop communities. So when you look at past record, track his record, the past, and if you cannot see where he has been helping communities, doing development and going into projects that will help the people, that person is a ghost. You can never determine what he's going to do when he enters into power. So let me give you this point. When a new candidate is coming up, look at his past. Judge him based on his past. Don't judge him based on assumption. People, they don't like his face, they don't like the way he talks. No, these are not the things that you should be focusing on. The things you should be focusing on, his past leadership. His past leadership. Look at it. Look at it. Is he the kind of person that is accessible? So when you look at his past, you can now be able to determine that if this person goes into this office, he will deliver. Not by promises that he's making during those campaign period, because many of them will never fulfill it. Then if it is person that is going in, is already there but is coming for second term, check his 4 years of leadership and see if those things that he has promised, that he has been able to do it. Do not listen to their sweet words. Check their past. Check their character. Check his past. Look at his character. All right? Look how he relates with people. Was he a governor before, and after 4 years or 8 years, he became the richest man in the world? If such is his record, forget it. Check his past. Check his record. How did he made his money? You cannot become richer than the country that you ruled after 4 years. Before you enter there, you cannot feed yourself, and after 4 years, you become the richest man. No. You're going there to serve the people, not to serve yourself. You're going there to serve the people and not to serve yourself. So when you look at a leader and you find out that he doesn't have a clean record at the past, it's very dangerous to put power into his hand. You have to be very careful who you place into the power corridor. You can put a man at the past, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, go back to history and see how people carelessly placed power into the hands of someone who destroyed that generation. Go back to history and see. History is power. Go back to history and see. So you should be very careful. And secondly, you should not accept money from a candidate that is coming to serve you. Why is he giving you money? He's giving you money to buy your conscience. Let me repeat this. Any leader that is going to a new office and he needs your vote, he needs you to elect him, but he's trying to give you money. He's trying to give you favor. What he's doing is to buy your conscience. And when someone is trying to suppress your conscience with money or gift so that you can give him your support, that is what is called witchcraft. That is what is called witchcraft. Trying to bend your will to get your support is witchcraft. I don't care whether he's a religious leader. I don't care whether he's in the church. I don't care whether he's in the politics. When you want to buy the conscience of, when you want to give gifts, money to those that will support you and to elect you, you give them money. You are trying to buy their conscience. You are trying to suppress their conscience. And that is an act of witchcraft. It's an act of witchcraft. The people should look at your past and see your past record and be able to make that decision whether to support you or not to support you. Don't make that mistake of trying to support someone because he's your father, he's your uncle, he's from your village, he's from your town. That's the worst mistake you make in your life, because power does not even respect that. If you put power into the hands of a fool because he's from your tribe, he's from your community, when he gets into that office, what there is one thing power does, he blinds their eyes. He makes them feel that they are gods. And if you challenge them at that moment, you are in trouble. You are in a big trouble. That is why you should be very careful who you elect into office. I'm not even talking about just a political office. It's even in the church. They are talking about putting someone in a position of leadership in the church, and you, because he's your friend, because of this, you put that person, you voted for that person, and that person entered into that office and became a shame in the church. I've seen criminals elected as pastors. I've seen hardened criminals elected as leaders of the church. Go back to church history and see what such people did. They brought a total destruction in the church, because those that elected them were working based on their flesh and their emotions. So I'm encouraging you that whenever this time, it doesn't matter whether it's town union, whether it's in your office, whether it's your company, whenever your vote is required to put someone in a position to rule, whether it's in the company, whether it's in the organization, whether it's in the church, whether it's in the government, you must have to keep your emotions by the side. It doesn't matter whether it's your father, Your father could be, after all, Hitler was somebody's father. Idi Amin was somebody's father. Yes, he might not hurt you, but how do you feel when you see such a person, whether it's your uncle, your father, doing things that unimaginable? That record will follow you for the days of your life. You won't be bold enough to come out. So whether it's your father, whether it's your brother, whether it's your uncle, it does not matter. Whenever your vote is required, in any circumstance, before you cast your vote, you need to think, you need to examine, look into the life of the person that they're asking you to vote for, to elect. Do a thorough background check, so you will not become a useful idiot or a fool that will put power into the hands of someone that will destroy the life of people and destroy many destinies. So this is what I want to pass to you. It does not matter which area that leadership is required. You have to use your mind. You have to use your brain. Don't be fast. Don't receive money or gift because he wants your support to get into that office. That is what he's doing to you is called witchcraft. It's called witchcraft. So look into his life. Look into her life. What are his beliefs and his values? Look into that. Ask questions before you make that decision.